that stomp, creatures that flurry, creatures that slither, creatures that scurry.
Trust and obey. Listen to the Lord. Follow God's way. Noah, trust and obey. Listen to the Lord. Follow God's way.
We interrupt this program with a severe weather bulletin.
We're expecting heavy rains, strong winds, and flood conditions.
Take shelter!
How many days did the rain pour down?
40 days and 40 nights.
How many days till they hit dry ground?
More than a year, no end in sight. Noah, trust and obey. Listen to the Lord, follow God's way. Noah, trust and obey. Listen to the Lord, follow God's way.
On Mount Ararat, the ark ran aground.
What a joyful sound.
Noah sent birds dry land to seek. A dove came back with a branch in its beak. God finally said, it's time to disembark. The people and the creatures can safely leave the ark.
Noah gave thanks to the Holy One. Yes, he came from the overwhelming flood.
God made a promise with a visible sign, a rainbow in the clouds, clear across the sky.
Children, trust and obey. Listen to the Lord, follow God's way. Children, trust and obey. Listen to the Lord, follow God's way.
I hadn't realized that they would be clearing the chancel. I thought I was going to have to preach from out here this morning. Good morning and welcome to First United Methodist Church of Garland, where we are cultivating Christian community, loving God, living faith, serving others, and inspiring hope. And if you don't have hope inspired after that, I don't know what else to do. I'm Brother Scot, the pastor of the church, and if this is your first time here or your first time in a long time, I hope that you find us to be a welcoming and warm community. If you're an introvert, you can just wave at people, and if you're an extrovert, everyone here is very friendly and will give you a hug and talk your ear off if you want. If you're joining us via live stream, welcome, and it's great to have you as part of our worshiping community. If you are hearing impaired and need additional assistance, we have hearing assistance devices. Please let the ushers know and they will get you hooked up. Registration pads are along the center aisle. If you sign in and register your attendance, this helps us keep track. And if any of your contact information is out of date, put it on there so we can get the system updated. Offering last week was rather low. We were sweating it throughout the week. So if you missed last week and need to make an offering catch up, we would greatly appreciate that. This is a really long list, y'all. I'm trying to catch my breath here. The rummage sale for Pure Joy, $5,000 in profits from that. The Pure Joy concert was absolutely fantastic. It was just off the charts. And last, the crew working on the second floor got a lot of the walls primed and ready to paint. I got a text message that had everybody's names listed in it, but I left my phone at the other end. So off the top of my head, Richard Grigsby, Paul Cherry, Randy Burham, and I saw 2 or 3 other names on that list. For all of those who have been helping out with the second floor, getting ready for all of that, thank you very much. I think that's everything. That is everything on my list. At this time, I invite you to stand as you are able and join into our call to worship. We come to worship God who walks with us through every challenge. When Israel wandered through the wilderness, she was not alone. God was there.
When we are walking through the wilderness, we are not alone. God is with us.
We come today to worship our God, who gives us strength for every journey and courage for every test. When we walk with the Lord
In the light of His good, what glory He sheds on our way. What we do is to live. He abides with us still, and with all who will trust and obey. Trust and obey, for there's no other way to be happy in Jesus.
Join me in our Psalter, Psalm 51, 1 through 17, which is on page 785 in your hymnal. Made in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Have mercy on me, O God, according to your steadfast love.
According to your abundant mercy, blot out my transgressions.
Wash me thoroughly from my iniquity and cleanse me from my sin.
For I know my transgressions, and my sin is ever before me.
Against you, you only, have I sinned, and done that which is evil in your sight, so that you are justified in your sentence and blameless in your judgment.
Behold, I was born into iniquity, and I have been sinful since my mother conceived me.
In me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Behold, you desire truth in the inward being. Therefore, teach me wisdom in my secret heart.
Purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow.
Make me hear with joy and gladness. Let the bones which you have broken rejoice.
Hide your face from my sins, and blot out all my iniquities.
Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and put a new and right spirit within me.
Cast me not away from your presence, and take not your Holy Spirit from me.
Restore to me the joy of your salvation, and sustain in me a willing spirit.
That I will teach transgressors your ways, and sinners will return to you.
Deliver me from death, O God, God of my salvation, and my tongue will sing aloud of your deliverance.
O Lord, open my lips, and my mouth shall show forth your praise.
For you have no delight in sacrifice. Were I to give a burnt offering, you would not be pleased.
The sacrifice acceptable to God is a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart, O God, you will not despise.
Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me.
It is a time for children, and it's a very live mic. So please, I invite all the children to come on up. Good morning. All right, good morning. Some of you might be able to smell what's in my bag. Let me waft it by. Oh. So let me ask, what does the word temptation mean? Who knows what the word temptation means? Yes. Oh.
When you have to make a difficult choice, and if you have to pick something or good or bad, and it's difficult if you want to do the good thing, but you really, really want to do the bad thing.
Oh, boy. That's a pretty good definition. I don't think even Brother Scott could beat that.
Well, actually, temptation would mean actually being tempted or wanting to do something that you know you shouldn't do, or, well, it's basically wanting to do something.
Yeah, wanting to do something you know you shouldn't. Anybody else have anything to add?
An example of temptation is like your mom buys cookies and she's like, okay, you can't eat them till tomorrow, but like you've been waiting for those cookies to arrive since 2 years ago, and you're like,
And
really
you're not
wanna
even 10 years old.
I really want to eat it, and then you see that where she keeps it, and you know you're not supposed to go and eat it, but you're like, she won't notice, so you go and eat it, even though you're not supposed to.
Ooh. I was just going to say, you just told on yourself, you know. Okay, one more.
When your mommy lets you eat cookies, your mommy doesn't tell you to, you're gonna get a stomach ache.
Oh, now that's interesting. Are you just wanting to talk in the microphone? Here, say something.
Is snowing like this? Is snowing like this? Is snowing like this?
For all of those who speak that language, I'm sure they were true words. All right, real quick.
Another way of whatever the word is, I can't pronounce it. It's like you're not gonna come up here unless there's food in the bag.
Oh, see, I noticed it is a decision, and I noticed that when people heard the word popcorn, suddenly more children came up to children's time. Isn't that funny? So I would love to hear from all of you, but then we wouldn't have time for the real service. I'm just service light. So what were Jesus' temptations? Do you know one of Jesus' temptations? The devil tempted Jesus 3 times. What's one?
I forgot.
2, that if he's hungry, he can just snap the rock into bread.
Yes. That if Jesus was hungry after 40 days and nights of fasting in the desert, that he could just snap that rock into bread. And Jesus said that he does not live on bread, but he needs the words of God. I'm paraphrasing here, obviously, to live on. What else was his temptation? Do you know his temptation? Another of his temptations.
Whenever a person told him to turn the rocks into bread, and he said, "No, you should pray for God."
That's true. We talked about the rocks into bread. There were 2 others.
The devil told him to jump off the mountain, and then angels will catch him.
Yes. And what did Jesus say to that one? Do you know what Jesus, or do you know? You were about to talk. I'm sorry. Okay.
He said, I forgot, completely what he said, but he says something like that we shouldn't test God because because it's on purpose that he jumps down from the mountain and he knows that the angels will catch him, but he's doing it on purpose, and you shouldn't test God to see if he'll come or not.
You guys studied. You guys studied. Well, I want to tell you guys that I'm going to pass this out, but what if I told you that God said you cannot eat it? You cannot eat it. God said you cannot eat it. You can smell it. You can touch it. Well, I'm telling you, what if I said that God said you can't eat it? I know, it smells so good, doesn't it? And some of us might have missed breakfast this morning.
I ate donuts for breakfast.
Donuts. Wow. You can smell it. Oh, wow. And some of you may not have had breakfast for like an hour. That's a seriously long time. Let me get down here to these guys. And you've had your hand up for so long. Oh, you've got... Oh, yes, LaTanya. Anybody else? Oh, my gosh, right here. Oh, no. Oh, no. Ah. See, now, God made this work. I had 19, and we have 19 people. Is that a God thing or what? I mean... So what was the other temptation? We talked about 2 of them. What was the third temptation?
I forgot.
I know you guys know.
Don't tell a lie.
Well, that is one of the things that we learn about. Go for it.
The devil told him that he should worship him, and everything on the earth will be his, and everything on the earth will be his, and so then everything on the earth will be his, and then Jesus said no, that something, he said something like he only came to the earth to go die on the cross, and then he'll go to heaven, and then that's where he belongs. That he doesn't belong on the earth, and everything already belongs to God. So, yeah.
That's close enough. That's close enough. Hey, can you, everybody, take that bag of popcorn, put it up to your nose, give it a nice big sniff. Did anyone not eat breakfast this morning? You can even open it and dip your fingers in it if you want to. See? But I told you that God said you can't eat it. God said, see how hard it was for Jesus? Yeah, dipping your fingers in it. Okay, you guys have done so well with this. And I have to leave Brother Scott some time here. Okay, God didn't really say that you couldn't eat it. I just said that to see if you could do temptation. You can eat your popcorn. Parents, please take the bags with you and take them to the trash and any kernels that happen to be in your area. And will you all pray with me before you eat the popcorn? That's okay. It'll be a crunchy prayer. Okay, let's bow our heads. Dear God, thank you for this popcorn that we have been tempted by for minutes, that felt like 40 days and 40 nights. Thank you for your loving guidance. We love you, God. Amen.
only took a little over 2 years for me to be able to take my mask off without it getting hooked on my microphone. Our gospel lesson this morning, our Old Testament lesson today comes from the book of Genesis, the 6th chapter, beginning at verse 9. Listen now for the word of the Lord. These are the descendants of Noah. Noah was a righteous man, blameless in his generation. Noah walked with God, and Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now the earth was corrupt in God's sight, and the earth was filled with violence. And God saw that the earth was corrupt, and that all flesh had corrupted its ways upon the earth. And God said to Noah, I have determined to make an end of all flesh, for the earth is filled with violence because of them. Now I am going to destroy them along with the earth. Make for yourself an ark of cypress wood. Make rooms in the ark and cover it inside and out with pitch. And this is how you are to make it. The length of the ark is 300 cubits, its width is 50 cubits, and its height 30 cubits. Put a roof for the ark and finish it a cubit above, and put a door of the ark on its side, and make it lower, with lower second and third decks. For my part, I will bring a flood of waters on the earth to destroy from under heaven all flesh in which there is the breath of life, and everything that is on the earth shall die. But I will establish my covenant with you, and for you shall come into the ark, you, your sons, your wife, your sons' wives with you. And of every living thing, of all flesh, you shall bring 2 of every kind into the ark, to keep them alive with you. They shall be male and female. Of birds according to their kinds, of animals according to their kinds, of every creeping thing on the ground according to its kind. And 2 of every kind shall come in with you to keep them alive, and also to take with you every kind of food that is eaten, and store it up, and it shall serve for you for food for you and for them. And Noah did this. He did all that God commanded him. And another verse from chapter 7, verse 5. And Noah did all that God had commanded him. And verse 16, and he entered male and female of all flesh, and he went in as God had commanded him, and the Lord shut him in.